If you are stuck in the blame game and you are trying to figure out how to get out of it, you have clicked on the right video. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And I wanted to create a video around understanding how to get out of the blame game, right? Because this is probably one of the most difficult things for people to navigate in a relationship. Once you are in it, it's pretty tough to get out of. If you specifically don't have the tools or the resources to know how to navigate that, right? And this is something that I get all the time in my one-on-one coaching sessions, in my emails, via DM. How, Coach Danny, how do I get out of the blame game? How do I step outside of myself and try to understand my partner better so that we don't continue down this road? Well, the first thing that you have to take into consideration is actually identifying what the issue is. Most of the time when we are in the blame game, we don't stop to evaluate. We don't stop to take a look at the situation from an objective standpoint. We don't usually have a tendency of being introspective. So, what I recommend for you to do is to be introspective, to take a step back, to really try to analyze the situation, to really try to understand what the actual issue at hand is. Because my assumption would be you guys are in the blame game because you have gone into a cycle of not really identifying what the issue is, having conflict, never resolving it, and then it coming up over and over and over and over again. So by the time it comes up again for the third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, it just feels like you're nagging at this point. And when you feel like you're nagging, when you feel like your partner is nagging, if they feel like you're nagging, then they start to get defensive. You start to get defensive. And then it literally just turns into full blown attack. This is your fault. This is because you did this. Well, if I did this, it's because you did this. And it goes nowhere, right? It's the merry-go-round. And the entire point is to try to get off the merry-go-round. So the first thing that you have to do, like I said, is to identify what the issue is. What is at the root? Most of the time we have a tendency of just looking at the surface level. So let me give you an example. If you come home, right, and you notice that the dishes are in the sink and they haven't been done yet, and it annoys the hell out of you because you've worked a 12, 13, 14-hour day, right? It's very possible that you may lash out. It's very possible that you may get upset with your partner about the dishes being in the sink, but understand something. It's not about the dishes in the sink. What's at the root, what is at the core of that is the lack of support, the lack of feeling supported, right? The lack of respect. And because of that, that is what actually causes you to lash out, to react. Or maybe it's your partner that's lashing out at you, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be you, but since you are watching this video, I'm wanting to use that as an example. Again, it's about really understanding what is at the core, what is at the root of the frustration so you can actually start to work through it. The second thing is understanding or having a general idea of what active listening means. So communication isn't just about talking out your feelings, right? It isn't just about expressing yourself. It isn't just about, the quantity of words that are coming out of your mouth. It's really about taking a step back and listening to what your partner has to say, or your partner listening to what you have to say. What active listening basically is your ability to sit down and hear out your partner and understand them, right? And there is body language that's involved in this, right? So there are physical cues that should be involved here. Your hands are open and you're taking in the information. You're not crossing your arms, you're not looking off to the side, you're not rolling your eyes, you're not doing all the things that show your partner that you're not wanting to be present in that moment. There are verbal cues, right? So when they're expressing themselves, when they're telling you how they're feeling, saying things like, yep, I understand, absolutely, to let them know that you're tracking what they're saying. There are also other physical cues like nodding your head, making eye contact, all the things that show them you are present and that you are listening. But beyond that, there's a piece to it that involves you repeating what they have just said in a summary form so that they feel like you generally understood the concept or what they were trying to say to you, right? This is very important because what this actually does is it forces you to listen to what they have to say, and it gets you to view the situation from an objective standpoint. And when you can step outside of yourself, put yourself in your partner's shoes, and really understand where they are coming from, it changes the game. It changes the entire dynamic of how you guys deal with conflict and how you work through those issues. And the last piece to the puzzle, like I said, is really just exercising empathy and patience, understanding that it's going to take some time before you guys can get to a place where you're able to truly resolve conflict. Because if you are trying to start this for the first time, right, you feel like you've done everything under the sun and nothing has worked. So you're trying this for the first time, right? It's a new strategy for you. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some getting used to. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first. It's going to feel weird. But that's okay. Understanding that with time, it will get easier. With time, it'll become second nature. And in order to do that, you have to be able to exercise patience. You also have to exercise patience with your partner and understand that this is new for them too. And expressing themselves in this way is going to be different than what they are used to, right? So, time, patience, empathy, and understanding are huge pieces to the puzzle here. And if you have trouble understanding what those things are, maybe you've never really understood the definition of patience or understood the definition of empathy, look it up and try to apply it to this situation and see if you can get a different outcome. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love to read what people have to say, so make sure you leave your comments in the comment box. I try to answer as many of them as possible as well. If you feel like you just need a little bit more detail, you need a little bit more of an understanding about the situation, we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. Maybe you feel like you just need a little bit more assistance, a little bit more support because you're still not fully grasping or understanding these concepts. I would be more than happy to have a one-on-one coaching session with you. You can book that directly through the website, and you can either have a coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.